Good morning.
Okay. How many of you have taken a mock test? How many of you have tried the programs discussed in the session yesterday? No one? Okay, you tried the programs. Okay, what about the mock test? Okay, Rahul and Deepak has tried the programs. What about others? Didn't able to find mock test including coding questions. Why? Under which site did you try? Which was the site you visited? Particularly on which site you didn't find the coding mock test? I want that. Prep Insta. Okay. Okay, I'll show you how to find out the mock test. Others? What about others? At least one have tried. Try two questions in code chef. Okay, good. Others? No one tried? Hacker rank. Okay. Have you visited the coding questions? Were you able to do the coding or just understand the program? No need the entire correct coding. Were you able to understand the program? Okay. Others too have tried. In some cases, I didn't understand the question. Okay, do you have a screenshot of those questions? Screenshot or any hints from those questions? Okay, for the next time, whether you understand the question or don't understand, just take a screenshot. Okay, later we'll discuss on those questions. Okay, whoever taking the mock test, I'm just telling for coding alone. Coding part, just make a screenshot. Okay, what about others? Only two have tried. I think around 7 people are here. Other five, what about other five? I got the questions to find the HCF of two numbers. Good. Okay. So were you able to code the program? Okay, good. In few sites you'll be getting the questions. If you just go for Wipro mock test, you'll be getting the questions. Else you can go for the AMCAT pattern. AMCAT pattern. Okay, this is the pattern which Wipro follows for coding, for aptitude, for everything. They are going to follow the AMCAT pattern. This is a standard pattern. Okay, so even in this pattern, if you find any questions, you can go for it. Okay, the timer, the questions will be similar. AMCAT pattern also. What about others now? Okay, Rahul, you said you have tried two questions, right? What are those two questions? Were you able to understand the question and come up with what sort of program is this? One was based on finding GCD and LCM. Okay, and the other one? Checking whether the angles of a triangle is valid or not. Okay, were you able to code the program? I think GCD and LCM would be easy for you. The second one, were you able to do that? Yes. Okay, good. Okay, those who took the mock test, did you find any test cases while attending the problems? Did you get the test cases? When you run the program? Okay, is ma'am able to handle? Oh, okay, good. So I think only three of you have attended, right? So you have got some practice of handling the AMCAT pattern with the test cases. Others, why didn't you attend? Either it was because of the time constraints or because you were not interested. I just wanted to know the reason. Me repeatedly telling every day and you're just neglecting it is not good. So I just wanted to know the reason, a valid reason. Even if you say, I'm not interested in mock test, I'm okay with that. I just need the reason, okay? Others, can you just answer? Nihal, Vivek, what about you all? Okay, I think no one is going to answer. I'll be taking it later. Okay, good. If you take, it's better for you. Others? Okay. So fine. Now see, I've just, for initiation, I'm doing it. Okay. One of the sites which I mentioned in those slides are TestPot. So if you just go for TestPot, see AMCAT online test is available and placement aptitude online test. So just go for free mock test is enough for us. Okay. So here if you just go, you'll be having those exams. Whatever exam, even for those government exams, you'll be having the sites. But our concentration is for AMCAT exam. So you totally have 17 question patterns in AMCAT. So either you can go in this way, else you can go for company and choose Wipro. Okay, and all the big MNCs are mentioned here. So whichever company you want to get trained, you can just go for that. Okay, now since you are taking the training for Wipro, I wanted you to go to Wipro. So if you just go there, see there are nearly 14 mock tests, just 35 minutes each, half an hour at time. Okay, just go for that. And once if you start, I think it will be asking for the login credentials. Okay, you can just go log in and attend the mock test. Okay, else if you want, you can just go according to the subject wise. You can just go for C or Python or Java, whichever language you want, you can go according to that. Okay, so just an initiative. If you want, you can go along with the test part. Okay, so now, as I said already, you have to be thorough with the basic programs. Only then you'll be able to go with the next level programs. So I've just compiled 40 basic programs. Okay, I'll not give you the coding, I'll just give you what program is that, everything very basic. Okay, I'll just give you the title of those programs, take it down and work on that. Okay, if you're not able to understand, just tell me, I can give you each and every program and explain it, but I wanted you people to try. Okay, now let me share the screen. Is it visible? Is the screen visible? Okay. Just take it down or make a screenshot of that. Very simple programs. I think some of these programs you have seen in the class for the refreshment session. Once completed, just give me a thumbs up in the comment section so that I can scroll down. Others, take it down. Simple and compound interest are just the basic ones, and average simple programs only are given. Okay, if you are thorough with all these 40 programs, you will be able to attend any program which is given in the programming section. Okay, every questions will be built upon these basic programs only. Try out every program given in this. Okay, just not searching in Google, copying it and running the program. I wanted each and every one of you to try it on your own. Write your own programs. Have the habit of writing the program. Okay, later on when you're pro coder, then you can directly go for the coding. Just start writing the programs. Have different point of views to approach a program. Okay, shall I scroll down? Others, have you completed? The 20th one will be copying the content from one file to another. I don't think you need this one. Okay, so no need that one. Just come for the next set of program. Take it down. I think we have seen ascending, descending. Calculate a function. Simple. Okay. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulo. All the five even combined together to get a calculator application. See the 38th question which you have got in your mock test, HCF and GCD. Take it down. These programs will not only help you with the coding part, even it will help you with the technical HR. Okay. Technical HRs will be checking you whether you understand the basic and then you started coding. So these are the basic things they'll ask you to explain. If you want, you can just try C program as well as Python. Okay. Side by side, you can try both so that you'll come to understand both the languages simultaneously. Copy it down. Make it fast. Shall we move on to the session or you want me to wait? Okay. Others make it fast. 24th. Okay, 24th is a recursive function. Any program, any logic using a recursive function. I think the basic example is factorial program. Factorial program using a recursive function. Okay. They haven't mentioned what problem it should be, but any program using a recursive function. And the basic example for recursive is factorial program. Okay. Is it clear, Rahul? Okay. Any other doubts regarding these 40 programs? Anything else you want me to explain? Okay. So we'll move on to the session. So where did we stop yesterday? Just go through your notes and tell me where did we stop yesterday? Are you taking down everything we just discussed in the class? No one? Nobody knows what was the last program discussed in the class? I hope you hear me. Okay, finding the number of days in a month. Others, what about others? Is the class boring? Or just getting inside the class and keeping your mobile aside and doing your own works? See, this is completely for your future, okay? Not only for Wipro, for whatever interviews you're going to attend this year completely. These trainings are important, okay? Every company will check your technical knowledge. Okay, sum of greatest two numbers in array, okay? See, and whenever you're bored in the session, you can just tell me, okay? You can stop me wherever I am. We can just discuss some other thing other than technical and then come back to the technical. I don't want to push everything inside you, okay? I just wanted everyone here to grasp everything, whatever is said in the class, okay? Is it clear? Everyone, for everyone in this Zoom meeting, I'm just telling wherever and whenever you're bored, just stop me, okay? Even if I take two problems in the session, I'm okay with it. I want everybody in the session to completely understand it. Okay. We discussed both finding the number of days in a month and also the sum of greatest numbers in an array. We discussed everything. So today we're just going to discuss few other previous questions. Okay. Is everyone attentive in the class? Is everyone present now? Okay. Okay. These replies I get so quick. Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am. And the thumbs up. Everything I get very quick, except the question for that, except the questions which I ask. Other than that, every answers I get it very quick. Okay, good. Everyone is attentive. So we'll just go for the session. Is my screen visible? Okay. Now go through the question. I'll give you time and tell me what sort of question is this. Is the question clear? Or should I zoom it some more? Let me zoom it. Okay. Go through the question and tell me what question is this. Okay. Interchanging consecutive digits. Any other interpretations? Others? Okay. So one of you have said it is interchanging consecutive digits. Okay. So this is what they have given in the question. But when we move on to the input and output, See, so all those stories of interchanging the consecutive digits, everything was just given to confuse you. Okay. So when you see the input, it is 1, 2, 3, and the output you get it in a binary format. So what you should, sometimes they'll be giving like this, okay? The consecutive digits you have to decode, everything is fine. But once you come for the input and the output, you'll understand what sort of program is this. So that is the reason I just ask you to read both, okay? The problem, the input statement and the output statement. Actually, the main program is to decode a encrypted code. Okay, I am the company and you people are the client. I'm just sending you some code. Since it should not be hacked, I'm sending it in a encrypted way, and if you have to understand that that code should be decrypted. Okay, so that I have to tell you how to decrypt that code. So I'm going to send it in a decimal format, decimal in the sense 1 to 3 in the numbers format, and you have to decrypt that to binary form. Okay, so simple decimal to binary conversion only. Okay, so now is my screen visible? The coding part, is it visible? Is the coding part of my screen visible? Okay, so let me explain the code. This is the code for converting decimal to binary. Okay, decimal is of base 10 and binary is of base 2. Okay, here I've used as usual the header file stdio.h and standard library I have used. Okay, this in certain compilers it will not accept this conversion of binary to decimal. So for that, in certain compilers, in the earlier versions of compiler, it will not accept. So for that, I'm using the standard library. So whenever an error occurs, it'll just go check the standard library and it will discard the error. For that, I'm using. If you want, you can use, else you can leave. No problem, according to the compiler. Okay, now the main function coming inside it, I have declared an array a and n and I of integer data type. I'm going to get a number which is in decimal format and store that in n. Okay, I have got the input and I'm going to store that in n. Now I'm using a for loop for I is equal to 0, n greater than 0, I plus plus. Why am I using this is that I just wanted to convert it. I just wanted to take individual digits of the given entire number. Okay, I would have given 1, 2, 3, but I wanted to convert it individually. So for that I'm taking. Can someone tell me how to convert a decimal to binary manually? Manually, how will you convert a binary to, sorry, a decimal to binary? Anyone? See, I want this session to be interactive. Me speaking alone is really very boring, guys. I wanted you to be interactive and tell me. Okay, by dividing 2 until the digit becomes 0. Okay. After dividing, what will you do? Dividing by 2 and arranging the remainder. Yeah, good. You have to divide by 2 until you get 0. And after that, you have to arrange those reminders. Okay, so for that I'm just going to do the modulo operation, the entire n modulo 2, and I'm going to store that in a of I. Here I value is 0 and I'm going to first store it in the 0th position of an array a. Okay, next n is equal to n by 2. I've given this because I should get the input for the next loop, right? So for the next loop, I have given the input. Similarly, this loop takes place until n becomes 0. Okay, the condition which you have set. N is greater than 0. Till that the condition works, and when n becomes 0, the condition fails. Now, I have got everything. Okay, everything is stored in an array A. Now I wanted to print it. So for printing the array also, we'll just use the for loop. Okay. For getting an input and printing the output of an array, we are just you're going to use the for loop. So what am I going to do is I is equal to I minus 1, I greater than equal to 0, because while dividing, I hope everyone remembers, it will be like the LCM you take and you'll be going from bottom to top, right? From here, all the digits will be going from the top. So for that, I'm going to use I minus 1 greater than or equal to 0 till 0. I'm going to use and I'm going to print all the elements in an array. Okay. Simple. Is that clear? Is this clear for everyone? Okay, take down the code. You just take down. I'm just doing it for your understanding. Once copy, just give me a thumbs up. You can also take down this example too. Okay. See, now the decimal number which I've given as an input is 25. Since this is a decimal to binary conversion, binary is of base 2, I'm just dividing it with 2. Okay, the entire thing I have to divide only by 2. So 12 twos are 24, the remainder 1, I'm just taking the remainder in my right hand side. Okay, again 6 twos are 12, the remainder is 0. Now 3 twos are 6, the remainder is 0. 1 2 is 2, the remainder is 1. So I've written here. Next, 0 2 is 0. Until 0 comes, I have to repeat the entire process. So 0 2 is 0, the remainder will be 1. So now I have to go from bottom to top approach. Double 1, double 0, 1 will be the output. So that will be the equivalent binary value for 25. Take down this also. What about others? Make it fast. I get answers from only 2% repeatedly. What about others? Okay. There's a similar program in the Python code. Okay, here I'm defining a function. Decimal to binary is the function name, and this is the syntax to declare a function. Def function name, inside the bracket I have to use the parameters. Okay, now binary num is equal to, I have given 0 into n. Okay, now I'm just initializing I is equal to 0, and also I'm telling while n not greater than 0. In that sense, this is a function. Okay, the driver code is here. I'm just explaining the function now. Binary num of I is equal to n modulo 2. Similarly, to get the remainder, we are just using the modulo function, and that I'm going to store it in the binary number I. Okay. Next, I wanted the input from the next loop, right? For that, I'm going to take n slash 2. Okay, so that I'll be getting the input for the next loop. I have to increment I, right? Otherwise, again and again, it will go and store in the binary num of 0. Here I is equal to 0, so binary num of 0 only, the first input will be stored. Next, I have to go for binary num of 1, right? So for that, I have to increment the I value. Okay, now for j in range of I minus 1, I'm just going to print the entire array, I mean entire list. Okay, binary num of j, I'm just going to print. I've used end the simple double quotes because I just wanted a space between every individual digits. So I'm just giving n. And now see, I have given n is equal to 17 in the driver code itself. If you want, you can just get the input from the user using the input statement. Int of input, you can use that statement to get the input from the user. Both are same. Okay, so here I have already given it as 17, and then I'm going to call the function called decimal to binary of n, in that sense 17. So immediately the control jumps to this function and performs the entire function, and inside the function itself it will print the binary value. Okay, same thing, but here I have used the my input. Okay, I'm not going to get it from the user, I'm going to use my own input. If you want, you can get it from the user too. Make a note of it. Once completed, just give me a thumbs up. So okay, is the problem visible to everyone? Can you see the next problem? Okay, I'll give you time. Just go through the entire program and tell me what is the logic behind the program. The previous question was about interchanging. Yeah, actually, while seeing the program, what did you say? It was interchanging the two consecutive digits. Okay. But what they have given in the input and output is also important. Okay. The two interchanging of two consecutive digits was just to confuse you. Sometimes they'll be giving the programs like this. Whatever is given in the problem, also you have to read. But finally, the test cases which is satisfied, right, that will be according to the input and output. So even though the question is of two consecutive digits, the input, what have they given? Converting the decimal to binary. Input is a decimal form and the output should be in the binary form. Only if these two are satisfied, your test cases will be cleared. Okay. For consecutive digits interchanging, if we are doing that program, your test cases will never pass. Okay. Finding the occurrence of a number. I think it was finding the occurrence of alphabet, right? We did yesterday. It was alphabet and today it is a number, if I'm not wrong. And okay, Nihal, for your question, the answer is it will be it will be given to confuse you. Okay. For that, I just wanted to add a question like that, and I gave you. So you have to read both the problem as well as the input output statement, but the major part is for the input output statement. All your test cases will be designed according to your input and output statements only. Okay. Any stories they can give you in the problem, but the input output are very important. Only if you given that input output format, you will be clearing all those test cases. Okay. For us, our program should clear every test case. That is very important, more than the logic. Okay. We wanted to clear every test case, only then your program is accepted. So we have gone with the decimal to binary conversion. Is that clear for everyone? Why did I go with the decimal to binary conversion? Okay. So whenever you're free, you can just Google for the AMCAT problems, technical problems. You'll come to know the different sorts of techniques they use to confuse you. Okay, every time a new technique comes, even for this time, you can find something new. I hope everybody will be according to your batches, right? So for every batch, a new technique will be found out. So whenever you're free, just Google it. So as yesterday we saw for the occurrence of the character, today it is occurrence of the number. So can you work on this? I hope everybody has yesterday's code. Do you have? Does everyone have the code which I gave yesterday? Even though you have taken screenshot, I have said you to write it in your note. Does everyone have it? So now you are going to code similar, the same, ditto the same program, except last time you got the character, this time you're going to get the integer. That's the difference. Can someone say where will it get different? Which part of the code you'll change? Can someone say? Look at the code on your notebook and tell me which part of the code you'll change to get the output for this program. Okay, taking input as an integer. Okay, in the previous problem, you would have seen taking input as a character, right? This time you have to change it to the integer. Try out, try out the program. If you change just the character to integer, tell me whether you get the output. Take your online compiler, open your compiler. Is anyone working with the Turbo C? Any of you? Okay. Any other softwares? Because when I say it in the middle of a class, it will be difficult for you to go to the software, open, and then come back to the class. That is the reason I'm asking. Okay, Eclipse for Java. Okay, if you're comfortable, you can go with your own compiler and tell me whether you get the output. Else, for now, for the purpose of class, you can go for your online compiler. It is up to you. Try out the program and tell me where will you change. Try the program because I'll be asking you to show me the code. Either write or try. It's up to you. If you want, you can just make the changes in the yesterday's program in your notebook and you can also tell me that. The only changes which you guys have told me is to change the character to integer, right? Tell me whether you can run the program with that. You need to find each digit and compare, okay? So now you have understood that it is completely different for character and for digits, right? Any other logic? Anything else? How will you find each digit? Even this I have said in those basic programs. How to find out the individual or unique digits. Good. You'll use this formula, right? Just go for it. Try and tell me. The concept of this program is similar to that of yesterday's, counting the occurrence of character. But the logic which you have to use is reminder is equal to n modulo 10. As Rahul has said, we have seen that in palindrome and in reverse, everything we have seen this. So both programs combined together, you'll get the output for this program. Can someone try out and tell me? This is why I say you have to be strong in your basics. Both are the basic program. You have to have the knowledge to combine both and give the output. Try and tell me. Think logically and then try. Okay, you're getting the input. You're initializing count to 0. Okay, you've used the formula. If both are equal, you're just incrementing the count. You're giving the input for the next loop. Okay, good. Okay, it is working. Good. Others, one have given the output program along with the output also the person has got. So others, make it fast. It is even more easier in C and Python. What about Nihal, Deepak? See, I'm just giving you time to try it out in this session itself because whenever you have doubt, even if you don't know how to think, I don't know the logic behind this, ma'am, I'm here to help you, okay? If you're trying it out after the session, whatever doubts or anything you have, there will be nobody to clarify. Within the next class, you'll just forget that. So that is the reason I'm giving you time, work out, okay? At least one program, you're just working out in the session. What about others? Are you trying? You want me to wait or shall I go with the session? Okay, try. If you're trying, I'm ready to wait. Try out. Make it fast, Deepak. Okay, got your output? What was the logic behind your program? Okay, you're getting the number and also you're getting the digit to be encountered. Okay, good. Using a modulo operator. If they are equal, you're incrementing, else the loop. Okay, good. See, even though if you take some time, after that, if you just give me a code, then it is a worth waiting. Okay. So I want everybody of you to try. I think again and again, Rahul and Deepak only they are interested in trying out the programs. I want everybody of you to take interest and get involved in the session. Okay. So for others, I'll just explain counting the number of occurrence of a particular digit. So now let us start from the driver code. I'm getting the input and storing that in n, okay, whatever number. And also I'm going to get the input of one number, one particular number I wanted to find, right? How many times that number has been repeated. For example, I'm just taking 111 and I just wanted to find how many ones are there. So I'm giving the digit which I wanted to find out. That I'm storing it in D. Now I'm just asking it to be printed. What to be printed? Count occurrence n comma d. In that sense, this is the function name. So the control jumps over here. Okay. So here I have defined the function. So def count occurrences n and d are the parameters. Now I'm initializing count is equal to 0. Okay. Because I don't want any garbage value to be present in the count. So I'm just initializing it to 0 and I've used a while loop. N should be greater than 0, right? Equal to 0 or the negative numbers is not allowed in this program. So I'm just taking which is greater than 0 and the same formula which you guys have used, I'm using the modulo operator. If it is equal to the value of d, then I'm going to increment count. So whenever the compiler is encountering a d value, first the count will be 0. When it is finding it out, it will be 1. Next it becomes 2. Next it becomes 3. Okay. Until the condition fails, the same thing gets repeated and finally the count value which is 3 gets printed. Okay. Is that clear? The same logic except the syntax change. So take it down. Take down the Python code. Also the code which your friends have given, even that you can take it down. The Java code and the C code. Okay, with the Python code. See, discussing different languages like this is a great opportunity for everyone. You'll come to know various languages. So make use of this time. Take it down. And after completing, just give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Others, make it fast. Others completed. Okay, the same program in the C language, which your friends have already used and said. Okay, I'll just explain the code. As usual, the header file, the main function, and same variables I'm going to use n, d, and count. I'm initializing it to 0. Now I'm just asking for an integer, and second input I'm going to get which number should be which digit should be counted. Okay, the same formula when n is not equal to 0. Okay, either it is greater than 0 and it should not be less than 0 or 0. Okay, for that condition I'm using while, and the same formula n modulo 10, the last digit I'll take and I'll check whether it is equal to d. If it is equal, then I'll increment the count, else I'll go for preparing the next input. Okay, again we'll go for the loop until the n value becomes 0. This loop gets performed, and then finally I'm going to print the count value. Take down this also. Once copied, just give me a thumbs up. Okay. So okay, we'll move on to the next question. I'll give you time. Just read the question and tell me what is the problem. First, can you see the next program on the screen? Is that visible to you? Okay, fine. Go ahead, read and tell me what sort of problem is that. Okay. Finding the sum of all prime numbers. Any other interpretations? Subtracting the sum from the original number. We are saying that you have to find the sum of all the prime numbers and then you have to subtract it from the original number. No. In nowhere they have given the statement like that, right? See, but we have to find only the discount. Yeah, you have to find only the discount value. They are planning to give an offer, a flat discount. The discount value is calculated as the sum of all the prime digits in the total bill amount. Okay, they're just asking you to find the sum of all the prime digits in the amount. Okay, and see here they clearly mentioned, write an algorithm to find the discount value only. Okay, not their final bill value, just only their discount value, how much value they're going to discount from their bill, only that you have to find out. Okay, so now we came to know that it is a sum of prime numbers program. Is the program visible? Is my program slide visible for everyone? Okay, so see, I'm going to get the input. Okay, let us take the example which they have taken: 5, 7 and 8. What is the prime numbers in this digit? Let this be the bill amount. Okay, what are the prime numbers in 578? 578, what is the prime number? 5 and 7. Okay, good. So 5 and 7 are the prime. Okay, so 8 is not a prime. So we have to add these both. So 5 plus 7, it is 12. So finally the discount value is 12. So this I have to convert it into a program. So first I have to get the input right, 578. For that I have used the input statement. Int input, I'm going to get the input and store it in the n value. Okay, now here I have included a new concept in Python. Okay, let us see what concept is that. It is called list comprehension. Okay, make a note of it. Yesterday, I think in the previous session we saw slicing concept. Now a new concept, it is called list comprehensions. Take it down. So in Python, this is the way you will declare a list, right? I'm going to create a list called squares. So this is the way, this is the syntax. List name is equal to square brackets. This is the syntax. Now a for loop for x in 10, okay, up to 10 natural numbers, what should I do? Squares dot append. As I already said, append is the keyword to store the elements in the list. I wanted to append whatever the number I'm going to give here should be stored in this list called squares. Okay, so that is this meaning of this statement. I have to store this number. I have to append this number in the list called squares. So what number should I append? X double star 2. here in Python, double star stands for the square. 1 square, 2 square. Okay. So to mention the square value, we are just using the double star. Now I said for x in 10. Okay. So from 0 till the 9. 9 natural numbers, I have to find the square. So the final output will be like this. Okay. 0. 0 square is 0. 1 square is 1. 2 square 4. 3 square 4 square till 9 square. I'll be getting the output. Okay. So I have declared a list. I've used a for loop. I'm going to append this square values to that list and I'm going to print that list. Okay. For process, I can 4 steps code. I can just complete it in one single line. That is called list comprehension. The concise way to create a list. Make a note of it. List comprehension is a concise way to create the list. Instead of writing 4 lines of code, I just wanted to complete it in a single statement. So let us see how can I do that. Squares is the list name, right? Is equal to, within the bracket, what is the function? So it is a square function. I'm going to declare the function here. Up to what should I do? For x in range of 10. So I'll get the same result. Okay. I have declared a square. The square bracket I've used, since it is a list, I've used a square bracket. And within that bracket itself, I've given a for loop condition. From 1 to 10, it will take. What should that be done? Squares. X square should be done. When x is equal to 0, 0 square. X is equal to 1, 1 square. 2, 2 square. It gets repeated. Okay. So either you can go for this 4-line code or you can just go for this single line code. Okay. It is up to you. I just wanted to show you there is a concept called list comprehension and this is the way you have to use it. Okay. Is it clear? List comprehension. Is it clear? Or should I explain it once again? Not the program, just the concept of list comprehension. One second. Okay. Okay. So, as I already said, this is the way to declare a list. Okay. Just I'm telling, create a space for a list called squares. The list name is square and create a space for it, I'm telling. So this is the syntax for that. Okay. Now I'm using a for loop. And in Python, in for loop, you don't want to give the initialization. Okay. It will start from 1 only. In C language, you'll be giving, right? I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 10. But here, you don't want to give that. Even the increment, you don't want to do. Just if you give x in 10, it will first take the x value as 0. Next, x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, up to 10. Okay. I mean, less than 10. This condition only it will take. It will not take the last 10th element. It will not take. Less than 10. This condition up to 9 only it will take. Okay, is that clear? So I don't want to give the initialization, the condition and the increment operator in Python. Okay, instead of that, I can just give for x in 10. That is enough. Okay, it will take from 0 to 9. And what should I do in that loop? I should just insert the elements in this list called square. Okay, I just want to insert the elements one by one. So what elements should I include? So x square I have to include. I just wanted to append the x square value in this list called squares. Okay, so x square, first as I said initially the x value will be 0. At that time 0 will get printed. Next time x value will be 1. Okay, as I said it is auto incremental. You don't want to give the incrementation, but it gets automatically incremented. For the next loop it will be 1. 1 square is 1. For the third loop it will be 2 square, it is 4. 3 square 9. 4 square 16. It keeps on getting inside the loop until the 9 is encountered. Okay, 9 square is 81. It is encountered, and for the 10 it will come back to the loop. The condition fails and it will come out of the loop. Okay, so this is how a for loop gets executed. Okay, so this is the general method, but using the list comprehension method, that how should I do all these four codes in a single line? Okay, that is the simple explanation for list comprehension. The same way, I am just giving squares is equal to, see, I've used the square brackets here, right? The same square brackets I'm using here, but there I have just said the compiler that allocate space. Only that I have said, nothing else I have said. And I'm going to put the elements in the third line of code only. I'm going to put the elements. But in this program here, in this code, in one line itself, I'm going to declare that there is a list called square, and I'm going to tell what it should append. Okay. So x star 2. In that sense, x bar 2 till the range of 9, you have to do that. Okay, this is the syntax. What condition you have to do and till how many conditions this loop should execute. For that, this is the syntax. Okay, Deepak. Okay, for others, is that clear? What about others? Okay. So now I said you this concept of list comprehension. Moving back to the program, I got the number. Okay, the number which we took was 578, right? I've got this number and stored it in the n value. Now, as I said, see, I'm going to declare digits, okay, which is a list. See, I've used the square brackets here. List name is digit. Inside that, what am I going to do is for x in str of n. Why am I using an str for the integer value? Is that I have got this entire 578. Okay, it is a combined number 578, but I wanted the individual digits as 5, 7 and 8. I wanted the individual digits. For that, I'm again converting it to a string. Okay, individual string. Is that clear? For that only I've used str. Even though it is a integer, I'm using a string. Now again I'm creating a list. Lst is a list, empty list. Okay, so now what am I doing is list dot extend digits. Why am I using extend is that I'm just telling the compiler whatever is stored in the digits individually, it is stored, right? 5 separately, 7 separately, 8 separately. I'm just asking it to be extended to the list also. Whatever is stored in the digits, digit is also a list. Okay, I'm just asking the compiler to move that to lst also. Okay, I've used the extend keyword. Now I'm just asking that list to be printed. Okay, I'll run this program. At that time you'll understand why I have given print. Okay, I'm just asking the list to be printed. Now I'm declaring a variable and initializing sum is equal to 0. As I said, for I in list. Okay, until now, whichever for loop you have seen in Python, the previous sessions, I would have given for I in range of, right? I'll be given for I in range of, inside the bracket, I'll be giving what range. But here I have used for I in LST. I haven't used the keyword range. Why? Because LST is a list. Okay. LST is a list, and for list you no need to use the range keyword in the for loop. Okay, now again I'm creating another for loop for j in 2 comma I. Why have I taken is that I just wanted to divide each and every individual. Okay, this 5, in that sense I have to take that 5, I have to divide it by everything and check whether the remainder becomes 0, because this is how you will find out a prime number, right? See, in the previous problem, you have seen how to separate digits individually. A complete 578 is a number. How to separate it into individual digits, you know. How to check whether a number is a prime or not, that program also you know. But here we have combined both the programs. Okay. So two basic programs, you have combined it. So why am I using j is I just wanted to take this 5. Okay, so the first element in the list will be 5. So I wanted to divide this 5 with 1, 2, 3 until the j value gets completed. Up to that I have to divide. Why am I doing? Because this is the condition of prime numbers. If the modulo is equal to 0, then it is a, what is it? I haven't given whether it's a prime or not a prime. Tell me what will print in this statement and what will get print in this statement. What is the logic behind the prime numbers? I hope yesterday everyone answered. Just leave this program. Tell me what is the logic behind the prime numbers alone. I'm just asking that part. Deepak, can you tell me the logic behind the prime numbers? Good. Only divisible by 1 and itself. Okay. So if the modulo operator is 0, then it is completely divisible by this j value, right? Then there are another factors. It means that there is another factor. So I have to break that, because I just wanted the sum of all the prime numbers only. The non-prime numbers I should just leave it. So I'm just giving the break statement. After that, if it is not a prime, then in the else statement, as usual, only the prime numbers gets added up, right? So whatever number is prime, it will just add up. We have initialized sum to 0. So sum plus I value here is the first digit. So 5 gets added. Now the sum value will be 5. Okay. Again, the similar steps takes for 7. Here, no other number will be divisible by 7. So it will just come for the else part. Now already 5 is here. It will add up the 7. So now the sum value will be 12. Next, for the third number, it will take 8. Okay. It will come inside the loop. The similar cases will be performed, but 8 will be divisible by 2. So the answer, you'll get it as 0. Okay. So it will break here. So now the sum value is 12 and the final 12 gets printed. Is this clear? I'm just getting the entire number 578 and I'm splitting it and storing it in a list called digits, and I'm creating another one list. Okay, because I have to perform all these prime number or not process. So I'm just creating another list. I'm just copying whatever is in the digit list. I'm copying it to the LST list. Okay, now I'm just taking sum is equal to 0 and performing the same prime number operation. But in the prime operations, you'll print here, right? If it is double equal to 0, you'll print it is not a prime, else it is a prime, you'll print. I have just removed those printf statements in this. Okay, instead of that, I have given this sum. This statement I have replaced, just replacement of that print statement. Is it clear for everyone? Is the program clear? Okay, 1 second. I'll just show you the working of the program. Is my screen visible? The compiler, online compiler, is it visible? Okay. The similar program I've just copy pasted. Okay. And as I said, indentation is really, really important in the Python. Indentation is just this tab space. Okay. We don't have any curly braces or nothing we have in this. We just have a tab space. Okay. So now I'm just going to run the program. It is asking me for the input. The same input I get 578 I'll give. Okay. See, the answer is 12. Now I have given print LST, right? Why am I asking it to be printed? Because actually that statement is not needed for your program. Okay. But when you are typing a program and you wanted to know what is in the list, okay, I said every individual digits get stored in the list and I have copied that digits to the LST list, but I wanted to check whether it is completely copied. So for that purpose I have used this print. See, I have given 587 and separately every digit is separated in the list. Can you see? 5, 8 and 7 are the three different elements in the list, and after that I have performed the operations using the list. So actually this is not needed, so you can just make it as a command line. So now when I give, I get just the output 12. Okay, is this clear for everyone? Take down the code, copy it down, and once completed give me a thumbs up. Completed. Okay, so this is the Python code for sum of prime numbers in a given digit. Now I wanted you, as you can take it as a homework, right? I wanted you to come up with the code for the next session. I think you have already done it. So for the next session, I wanted the C code for the same program. Okay. In C language also, you know how to split a number digit by digit. Okay. Even in today's class, we saw the code and you already know how to find out whether a number is a prime or not. So by merging both of them, you have to come up with the code. Is that clear? Will you be able to code? Okay. So that is one thing I have to tell you, and I think it is enough for